You know, one thing I pride myself in is being honest. Today is May 16th, 2012. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, first I want to read something. And I'll tell you who said this at the end of the video. Matter of fact, I won't even tell you. I want you to guess. If anybody can guess, then woohoo for you. This is a quote. There is nothing more painful to me at this stage of my life than to walk down the street and hear footsteps and start thinking about robbery. Then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved. Now, I knew about that comment years ago because I wasn't born last Sunday. I'm kind of old. And let me give you a quote from our president, Barack Obama, about his grandmother that he made in 2008. I can no more disown him. He's talking about Jeremiah Wright, his pastor at Trinity Christian Center, where he was a member. Okay, let me read it. I can no more disown him than I can my white grandmother. A woman who helped raise me. A woman who sacrificed again and again for me. A woman who loves me as much as she loves anything in this world. But a woman who once confessed her fear of black men who passed her by on the street. And who on more than one occasion has uttered racial or ethnic stereotypes that made me cringe. So, here I am thinking about the reputation of black men. But I want to zero in on a specific demographic of black men, and that is young teen and young adult black men. And I have to ask you a question. Can you really blame these people for feeling that way? Honestly. Now, I'm not talking about you if you're young like them, in the street like them. I'm not talking about you. You don't pertain to this question. I'm talking about older people, law-abiding people, people that don't live in the projects, people that don't live around crime-ridden areas. I'm talking about the average person. And I say that because the Trayvon Martin killing was an instance where we could have used that as a platform to enact change within our own people. We could have used that as a time to strengthen and reestablish the bond between black man and his son, his children, and black man and the black woman, to better our situations and our perception that the world has of us. But what do? Like animals, we squandered that opportunity. We let people get in front of us that instead of telling young black men to pull your pants up, instead of telling young black men not to assimilate their outward appearances with those that perpetrate crime, we told them to assimilate. Be birds of a feather. You can wear your hoodies. You can do this. We had people that don't live in the hood that wouldn't even walk down Chicago's 18th district with a hoodie on, put on hoodies in the United States Congress, knowing damn well he wouldn't walk out in his own district wearing a hoodie. And if you follow politics, I don't even have to name names. We had people giving us advice in reference to things that they would not do and are not doing with their own children. We had people giving us advice in reference to things that they themselves were diametrically opposed to doing. Which leads me to this video. Which leads me to the link that I'm putting at the bottom of a video of 4 black men, even though one is described as maybe Hispanic, but we know they were all 4 black men wearing hoodies who viciously attacked a United States soldier in Tampa for doing nothing other than walking to his army barracks after his vehicle broke down. Mind you, they did it in an upscale neighborhood, gated community in Tampa, and it was caught on video. And what are they wearing? Hoodies. Hoodies. But you know, it's something, right? If this soldier came out and said, and I'm quoting again, "There is nothing more painful to me at this stage of my life than to walk down the street and hear footsteps and start thinking about robbery. Then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved." Now, it's funny because this soldier didn't think like that. He didn't think like that. When these young black males came to him and approached him, he didn't cross the street like Barack Obama's grandmother did. He didn't think about robbery like this famous person did that I'm quoting. The young man in the hoodie asked him for $1, and what did this man do? Reached into his pocket to show charity. And that's when he was viciously sucker punched and robbed of everything he had. On video. On video. Could have been killed. For what? But we got black mothers, black fathers, black race brokers, race baiters. "Oh, wear your hoodies, do what you want to do." That doesn't mean we're criminals. No, it don't. It don't mean you're criminals. It doesn't mean you're criminals at all. No more than that white man in Oklahoma some damn where wearing a white robe in the middle of the night. That doesn't mean he's KKK either, does it? That's the point I'm making. And I'm going to be dead honest with you. I do call the police when I see people in my subdivision up to no good. Damn right I call them. Because you know what? I don't want that filth in my area. Yes, I call the police. Yes, I do. Now, I'm going to tell you when I call the police. Prime example. I have a rental property in front of my house that for some reason can't be sold for whatever reason. It's a beautiful house, but the bank owns it due to a foreclosure. So I've been in my house for some time. So we have renters, and the first thing that me and my neighbors who communicate with each other say is, we're going to watch who moves in that house. We're going to watch the activity. And from time to time, because typically the people that move there only last 6 months, we have had a couple of tenants that were Section 8 housing or low-income housing stipends or whatever, and smoking marijuana, hanging out late in the morning times, and we do have to call the police. This last tenant that moved there, they moved out but figured they can come back into the driveway and smoke weed. So we called the police and they got locked up. Why do we do that? Why are we no different than George Zimmerman? Why are we no different than the countless other people that call the police on people? Are we generalizing? No, we're not generalizing. Are we stereotyping? No, we're not. We're observing and taking action. But if this young soldier who got robbed would have said, there is nothing more painful to me at this stage of my life than to walk down the street and hear footsteps and start thinking about robbery, then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved. You know who we would have in our face every day? Talking about, oh, that's wrong. It can't be like that. Look at these people. We would have Al Sharpton in our face every day, reminding us of how it still ain't changed. But he didn't think like that. So I dedicate this video to that young soldier who took an ass whooping and a robbery for me to see that some of us are subhuman. And I don't particularly give a damn if you like it or not. This is my house, my channel. And if you don't like it, I got a video response for you right down below. Because I have to keep it all the way 100. I have to tell the unadulterated truth that some of you disgust me. Some of you pants below your ass, hoodie wearing, stinking need to take a bath, ass Negroes disgust me. And I can tell you disgust me because I love you. And I have not given up hope on my people. And I know that we can do better.